Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today we're asking one single question. Is SNDL on discount? As suggested by their website as well, the new lower prices, does that also apply to their stock prices? Let's jump right into this one and we'll answer it to the end. So SNDL, I talked about this one a couple of times before, actually more than a couple of times. I think there's more than 30-40 videos on this one here. But today I have some good news, especially with news outside SNDL itself that will impact it. But just a quick thing, if you haven't been here for a while, this company here has cash of around $719 million currently. No debt, zero debt. They've eliminated all debt. The enterprise value is around $2.6 billion. And by the way, with that $2.6 billion, you can go to something here with a market cap that already looks at $2.59 billion. So it's already at a discount right off the bat. But that's not only what I'm looking for. I'm looking for other things. So we're going to keep going. And we're looking down into basically their infrastructure that is easily expandable as smaller batches that can easily go up to bigger batches. They have multiple different brands: Grasslands, Palmetto, Sundial, BC Weeds, and Top Leaf, with vapes, buds, flower, concentrates, etc. So there you go. You got yourself an update. You're up to date. This is a weed play or cannabis play. They have different market shares from all these different companies, or sorry, all the different parts of their companies or brands, etc. 2020 commercial highlights. They do have 2.7% national market share. Previously, they did have 5%, so they can easily up their game there. Once they get back, for instance, to 3 or 5%, their increases of revenue will be very obvious for us. Currently, they are at an adjusted EBITDA of 5.6 million, so their net loss, although fourth quarter highlights shows 3% in adjusted gross margin, 6% in total cultivation cost, and 5% increase in 86% branded cannabis sales mix versus quarter 3 2020. And what you're seeing also is a 100% decrease in debt, eliminated all debt, and 187% increase in unrestricted cash balance. So the hope here is with partnerships such as the SSB or Sunstream Bancorp, as well as the $47 billion industry potential as well, the forecasted one, you're probably going to be seeing this one net positive. When? Well, take a look into this actual management group that we're going on with. You're looking perhaps by 2025. That is where it's estimated to reach $47 billion in terms of the market opportunity itself. And that is more than double. That's almost 150% increase from where it is currently at. So that would be very interesting to see. It's definitely a little bit of a longer hold, as some people would love to hold it. But let's keep going. Let's answer this question: is it on a discount? But before doing so, we need to take a quick look, and that is towards news. And before we go on towards news, if you would like to see more materials like this, more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave notifications on. It helps my channel a lot. Drop that like, and if you'd like to join our Discord server, it's in the description below. Totally free, no commitment. So going on to some of the news. I woke up today and I started looking up the cannabis news, and I was surprised. There's a lot of them. So we're looking into here, for instance, at a poll of 75% of US voters support cannabis legalization. And that is amazing, right? You're looking into more Democrats, 48% preferred federal action, state level reform, 36% reform, 6%, 16% oppose legalization entirely. The majority of Republicans support leaving the decision onto the states, around 39% of them, with 27% preferring federal reform. Now, Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't matter. The Democrats have strongholds in the Senate and in the House, so it will most likely go ahead and pass anyway. But let's move on as well. Infused beverages spell big business for U.S. cannabis, and this article does go ahead, well, actually it's a video, to talk about infused beverages and their more highly attractiveness in the U.S. And if we all know, Sundial actually has some of their companies, acquired new companies, including extracts, and is primed for beverages or infused beverages in the future. And we're looking into more COVID-19 cannabis use. So people who were in lockdown, apparently spikes in cannabis use or weed use has been seen. So that is something there that increased the trend towards medical cannabis. But this is just medical cannabis, by the way. So recreational ones will probably have seen the same effect. Moving on. Mexico moves to legalize cannabis use, a modest step towards the escalating drug wars. And basically, they have put in the bill is now the Senate in Mexico and is likely to pass, as Mexican senators have previously voted to legalize cannabis. If that happens, Mexico will join Uruguay and Canada in all allowing people using cannabis recreationally. And here's the thing. Imagine Mexico and you and Canada having marijuana passed already as federal use legalization. There is something called a NAFTA agreement, the North America trade agreement, and what this allows is it allows trade within North America and can easily enable in the next negotiations the topic of cannabis. But this will also push the US further on to kind of go on with that decriminalization of marijuana. Both your neighbors north and south have legalized marijuana, and usually legislations pass on through that way. Your borders define what your legislations as well within the city, within the country. At least that's the majority of what the trends are in the rest of the world. So New Mexico is primed to join the U.S. recreational pot wave. New Mexico is joining a wave of states that are legalizing recreational marijuana, as its Democrat-dominated legislatures sent a package of cannabis bills Wednesday to support governor. So there we go. We have also New Mexico putting in bills for marijuana recreational use. And one thing as well, this is another article saying Mexico to legalize cannabis use. But this one here, New Jersey legalizes marijuana, creates a new protected employee class. So we have also the New Jersey news. So there's a lot of positive news in the industry itself. And also when it comes towards institutional buyers, what we see here is on the 31st, we do have additional buys, and it seems here that just in March, things have been looking a little bit interesting. People have been adding, or institutions, CNBS added around 1.4 million. We're also looking at Sequina International Group has around almost 6.3 million shares currently. So things are definitely looking bullish here. But institutional buyers seem, yes, looking bullish. But you see here around $800 million that they have on side that they can put on offering. And that would raise their entire cash from $700 million to a little bit tad of around $1.5 million. So, $1.5 billion, my bad. So that's quite a lot of cash that they can easily use to go ahead and buy other companies in the US, perhaps beat up companies, OTCs, etc. And you've seen that happen already from all the previous acquisitions. You have to watch my previous video to understand all the acquisitions that have already occurred. Now, currently the price over book is 324, even though the market cap here is 2.59 billion. And if we were to go back into the presentation, one of the first slides, you see that the enterprise value itself currently is sitting at 2.6. So we're almost, I think, price over book of 1, and I think this metric off the price over book might be off. But also the SP 500 here. The current SP 500 price over book is 437. So that means even at 324, it's still considered at a discount. And let's jump right into the technical analysis. Now, on the technical analysis, just keep in mind some of these might look bearish because the market has been sliding, but we see that on the MACD, it's attempting a negative reversal there. That's expected. It's interesting to look at for the next couple of days, but even a negative MACD might just mean accumulation. Currently, it's in a bearish trading action zone where negative reversals are most likely. Around 132, it would escape that and go towards the bullish side. And currently the willing percent R is highly oversold. The momentum's still positive, so we need to look a little bit into a one-day perspective. What we see on a one-day perspective is that MACD is attempting a positive reversal. That is very bullish. And currently, the trading action zone where positive reversals are likely on the one-day perspective is between 127 and 120. So if it does hold within that band, it's very likely for it to see a bullish reversal upwards, and that's a bullish thing, especially since it's highly oversold. And a correction would mean the price would move up northwards. Now, currently, the moving average band is at 143 on the top, 130 in the middle, and 117 in the bottom. Currently, the price point is within the Bollinger Bands of 163 on the top and 97 cents in the bottom. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both telling you perhaps this is an accumulation period. Take a look where the next supports are because it probably will hang around there for the next few days. And so we go ahead with 396 on the top and 0.14 in the bottom. And what we see here is, in fact, that this is currently sitting very close to a Fibonacci support at the 104, and it does support that this might actually go through accumulation. In fact, it is in an accumulation currently. That's a bullish thing. Current resistances on the Fibonacci retracements are 160, 205, 250, 314, and 396. And what we can do here is go ahead with the price line action, and we see a significant support sitting at 106. Below there, you're looking at 79 cents. Below there, you're looking at 51 cents on the support there. And we can move on as well for resistances such as 119, looking up to 140. We're looking at 176, $2, etc. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? It's definitely been a while since I've seen this one here being almost undervalued. Definitely last year, I would say this one was heavily overvalued, but with all the accumulation that's had already occurred, outstanding shares that has been raised, and offerings, and paying off their debt, it's definitely a whole different company. And with all the legalizations, I still see this one as a good swing in the very short term. The legalizations that all occurred, it seems that the entire market has been completely snoozing off on it, and at some point they're going to recognize, oh, actually, North America is moving progressively towards cannabis legalization. What was I thinking? And I think that at that point, it would be a little bit too late to capture this one. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.